Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law through this channel. I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP and the question of, is there broker-to-broker trading taking place behind the scenes for MMTLP? We're also going to be looking at an important legal update that has been shared. I'm finishing off by having a look at tick symbol ICU, where I believe there is an important catalyst due, so stay tuned for that. And before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from Bloomberg: Japan stocks are nearing a record 1989 high, and also the S&P 500 also recorded another all-time high. So overall, fairly good news for the market. In terms of the Wall Street Journal, we can see here that America's economy slowed and it probably won't stumble. So I do believe there is not going to be a recession in the near term. Retail sales and industrial production both dipped in January, but there were also some positive and encouraging signs. So obviously the economy took a breather in January for the United States, and I think the tech stocks have really driven everything going forward, especially stocks like Nvidia, Meta. So I'm going to start by having a look at the question, is there broker-to-broker trading taking place behind the scenes? So shout out here to Victor, who has shared an image. We're going to have a look at that shortly, but what he stated here for MMTLP, NXBR is the symbol given after the halt, and what he is suspecting is that there is broker-to-broker trading out of the exchange, and he wouldn't rule it out because of the possibility of manipulation. So let's have a look. Obviously the reason why this may be taking place is because obviously investors are looking to get their shares, move them over to AST, and our cynic would suggest that brokers do not have these shares, so maybe behind the scenes they are taking this off exchange to look at getting hold of them. So let's have a look at the image shared. So we can see here it's dated 15th of February 2024. So certainly it is at a period right now that we can see is where Nexbridge Hydrocarbons MMTLP should not be trading. And we can see here post-market trading at the top. We've got the time, Eastern time, and then at the bottom, if we go down on the NYSE, we have a number of cells there for MMTLP, currently obviously known as NXBR, and we can see price for each one ranging from $29 to $30, and the number of shares ranging from 3 shares to 200 shares, 6, 102, etc. So is there any broker out there that can certainly explain this? So before we look at the legal update, and also an important question for people holding MMTLP through Trading 212 in Europe, I'm going to share with you an update in terms of the topic of subpoenas, which is obviously quite important in the MMTLP community right now. So although there is no official news of a subpoena for MMTLP, there are rumours circulating behind the scenes that we may be close, so we will have to wait and see. But what I can see here that Representative James Comer has posted earlier with regard to subpoenas, he stated here he's issued subpoenas to major credit card financial institutions. So it's interesting that he's issuing it to the financial institutions, and these subpoenas he's focusing on records for Hunter Biden, James Biden, Sarah Biden, Biden associates, etc. So if we focus on the topic of the Bidens, which is what obviously James Comer is looking for, what we could ask him to do is certainly look at this with regard to 106 brokers, as Mark has stated, and do any of the Bidens that he's looking for hold MMTLP, and consider looking at a subpoena to expand that and include all the records. So obviously we are looking for the trading data, so let's see if James Comer does reply, because certainly we need to keep pushing. Let's now have a look at the legal update. So in terms of the case Kosani versus FINRA, we know that this was dismissed on January the 25th 2024. So what we can see here from Marcos, he's added here in terms of the update that the company are now adding the FINRA letter to Ralph Norman that was sent by FINRA on January the 31st 2024. So although it's not the significant legal update that we are looking for, it is still important in terms of informing the court here that there has been a significant update. So what the company or the lawyers have stated here in terms of their response to the Honourable Judge Ali. They've stated we're looking to add provision of supplemental authority. So under Exhibit 2, they are now attaching the letter from Robert Cook, President and Chief Executive of FINRA, on obviously looking at all the responses that he gave with regard to MMTLP and the responses. What I'd now like to do is have a look at an important question that was shared in the Discord with regard to Trading 212 and people who hold their investments, especially in Europe, for MMTLP, and are currently unable to move them with AST, and the reason for that is because brokers are not allowing it. So the question here is there something here that applies to us Trading 212 users as well? So in terms of complaining to FINRA, I don't think FINRA are going to listen to European investors, because obviously we are outside of the US. But what I have stated in terms of Trading 212, at the moment they're not allowing us to transfer shares. I don't think we can complain to FINRA with regard to our shares held in Europe. Certainly we can add to the general complaints in terms of FINRA's overall conduct, but what Trading 212 have stated is that they will provide another update once they get an update from the company, as in Nexbridge Hydrocarbons. So as far as I'm concerned, I see this as the S1 becoming effective. Once the S1 is effective, what we will then have is a cut-off date to move your shares to AST, and the reason why we will get that cut-off date is that date will be something that the company are going to announce, that you will be eligible to qualify for the 1-for-1 share in Newco. So once that happens, at the moment the S1 is not effective. I'm then expecting Trading 212 to provide us with an update, because that is what they have stated they will do. So once the S1 is affected, as far as I'm concerned, that will be the time for Trading 212 to make an important update and hopefully allow us to move our shares, if we wish to do so, to AST. Finally, I'd like to finish up by having a look at ticker symbol ICU, also known as SeaStar Medical. So this is a stock that has been featured in one of my earlier videos that you can see here in terms of important catalysts. So we're going to go over that and also look at what is driving the stock right now. So this is also a stock that was added onto our weekly watch list, shared exclusively with the Discord members, where we looked at obviously a recent granting of a new patent. There is more news obviously expected to come here, but let's have a look at the chart. So we can see here close of play on the previous days of trading, it was up very close to 9%, closing at 93 cents, and also up in excess of 75% on the month. So certainly great momentum there for ICU. In terms of a reminder, anybody not sure about what this company is, it is in terms of a publicly traded medical technology company. It's redefining how therapies can reduce the consequences of excessive inflammation. We also looked at the pipeline in the previous video, so have a look at that. But let me just quickly share with you the important date that is we're also looking at, and you can see here in terms of the fourth quarter 2023 earnings. This is expected February the 27th 2024, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and in terms of FDA news, we're also expecting that could happen any day. It could happen maybe Monday, we don't know. But obviously what the company stated, they stated that they're looking at a time scale approximately 30 to 45 days. So from that statement, I think we're close to around about 49-50 days now. So ticker symbol ICU, one that we will be keeping an eye out. And if you would like to get due diligence and also information about other stocks that we are watching, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.